Yo boys, what is going on and welcome back to the channel once again today where we are going to be playing with this Mega Knight Recruits deck that is absolutely insane. The pressure you can apply with this deck up both lanes, and then you even throw in the Mega Knight in here to add that just extra layer of defense. We all know the Mega Knight can be such a scam card. You can just break through people's defense without them even being able to do anything about it. Then we throw in the Evil Firecracker, the Dark Goblin. We got such range, kind of glass cannons, but they do a lot of damage. Two very, very strong spells in the arrows and the fireball, the Inferno Tower for defense, and then we have our Swarm card being the Goblin Gang. So we got a really, really well-rounded deck here, boys. A lot of air defense, a lot of ground defense, a lot of splash, a lot of poke. We have it all, boys. So without further ado, let's hop straight into the first game. And hopping straight into game number 1 here against Mr. Joy, we are playing today's games at 9,000 trophies, boys, at the top, and we're going to be showing you can get some good wins with decks like this, boys. So honestly, let's just go for the Inferno Tower. I was nearly going for the recruits there. I think that would have been a bit of a mistake if I would want to stop going Rap God mode. But we did decide to back off, go for Inferno, and save ourselves. So let's talk about some of the positives of this deck. You know, what is this? Okay. A bit random. Okay, let's talk about some of the positives of this deck, boys. We have a lot of strong cards in here. Royal Recruits being right now one of the better evolution in the game. Royal Recruits, along with like Tesla, things like that, are obviously the best evolutions. I don't think anyone really disagree with that, but Royal Recruits is so strong right now. I don't think anyone would really detest that because it is so powerful. And then we throw in things like the Firecracker, which just annoys people, the Dark Goblin, which just annoys people, the Mega Knight, which just annoys people. Sound like a broken record now, but that's the kind of power you get with this deck, boys. And let's just go for a Mega Knight in the back right now. I mean, how could he ever punish that? We have our Inferno Tower coming up with 2 elixirs, so we don't need to worry too much. He can't really punish us, because we do have Inferno Tower and Dark Goblin, both for good defense. And what I will do here is just back up this Mega Knight with the Dark Goblin. Dark Goblin is all... Ooh, okay. So this guy has Inferno. Now, Inferno is going to be obviously very strong against our Mega Knight, but it will not be strong at all against our recruits, so we can take that into account. The one thing that you just never want to see with recruits is going to be a bomb tower, and luckily enough for us, this guy doesn't have that, so I am not going to complain one bit. We'll just keep going, and we have an easy defense for his giants as well, since he decides he wants to have Goblin and Inferno, or on Royal, probably just for the evolutions, but still. So if he wants to go for his Goblin Giant here, we can just recruit it, and we should clean up pretty nicely. I'm actually going to go for my Goblin Gang in the back here, and there it is. So we just Royal Recruit, split a 4-2 up the left side, just to kind of get a maximum DPS down onto that Goblin Giant, and take as little damage as possible, because we might take quite a bit here. And his Goblins are still alive, okay? My recruits got really cleaned up there. I can't believe how fast that shut him down, to be honest. But I'm going to go in front here with the Mega Knight, you already know, and he's going to go for his Inferno Tower. If I go for the Goblin Gang here, can't get it down in time. I don't think I would have caught it anyway, but you know, it was worth a try. It was definitely worth a try. Now, what can I do in this situation, boys? I'm going to split my recruits in the back, I think. Yeah, we'll split them in the back. He's probably going to Royal Giant the bridge. He's not going to go for the bridge, but he's going to go for the Royal Giant nonetheless. And then we will go for our Inferno Tower here. Really bad from him. That's a very bad decision, I think. We should just be able to clean this up without taking to any damage at all, actually. His whole thing was going in for one and waiting for me to take it out and then going for the other one. But he's kind of messed up here. He is going to have his Inferno Tower, which will obviously make my job a little bit harder. Does he not have the elixir? He didn't have the elixir for it, boys. And we just take the tower like that right at the very end, playing the patient game, and we win game number 1. And yes, guys, we are back for game number 2 here against Leo Leung from that clan, and we're a pretty nice game number 1. You know, he did make a big mistake. He overcommitted going to both giants at once. And the thing about that last deck is it's kind of like a typical mid-ladder deck that you would see. I know a lot of mid-ladder players, maybe not the exact kind of Royal Giant, Goblin Giant combo, but I see a lot of like Balloon Hog or just two win conditions, and then it becomes very hard to defend. And as you've seen, we defended it quite easily there. It didn't really cause us too much issues at any stage. Obviously there's points where it was a little bit sketchy, but you know, it wasn't too bad overall. And this guy's gonna have a log that's too low a level. See, normally I would feel bad about this, but most of my decks level 14 as well, so we're kind of even. I just happen to have the 15 on the Dark Goblin because I think it's boosted. There's no way I have a level 15 Dark Goblin. Yeah, maybe it's boosted this season. I don't really know. It is Goblin season, or just Goblin time at Supercell HQ. So probably all the Goblins will be boosted. But our Mega Knight's going to connect up the left side just because this guy had a really bad first play. And I don't know if he's gave up. If he's gave up, we'll just go hop into another game. There's no point wasting you guys' time. And if he hasn't, we'll play on. But it looks like he has, boys. So we will just hop straight into the next game. And yes, guys, we are back for game number 3. I might play a 4th game today. We'll see, because I don't want to. If this game's pretty quick, pretty good, we'll play a 4th game. If not, then we'll leave it at that. I don't want to waste your guys' time unnecessarily. But you know, that guy rage quit. He made one bad play and he'd had enough in that last game, and fair enough, I guess. You know, he didn't want to bother with it. But at least in this last game here, we're playing against a Royal Giant, pretty meta deck right now. So we're gonna see how this deck kind of keeps up. I imagine he's gonna have Royal Giant, Fisherman, Ghost. There's 2 1 elixir cards and Phoenix. The entire deck is like, I'm sure all of you guys have seen this deck. It's a pretty good deck. It's very, very strong against actually like my main deck. I normally play Hog Rider, for most of you guys, I'm sure know. So it's a deck I've definitely not had the best of experience against, because you know it's an absolute menace against Hog Rider. But we're going to be going in for it with this deck and seeing what we can do against it. Now, this guy doesn't have a building, which will be kind of good for us. And you guys are probably questioning so far as this video goes on, we don't actually have a win condition. And I know, but whenever you have recruits and stuff, you don't really need it, to be honest. But like the deck is purpose kind of do that Julian pressure, be overwhelming, and doesn't really rely on having the win condition stuff. And I know it seems a bit unusual, but that's just the way this deck runs, and it works very, very well, I find. I mean, there's 2 games that we've won. It just kind of relies on your opponent making a mistake, and then you just outplay them, and it's as casual as that, boys. Now, let me go for my Mega Knight here up the right side. He's going to go for the Phoenix on the left. We can probably leave that Phoenix. I don't think we need to worry about it too much. I actually will not do that. I'm going to go for the arrows here. I do not want to be messing around with Evo Skellies. It's just a bad idea, boys. Don't do it. Just never. Save yourself the pain, because it will be painful. Okay, let me go for my Dark Goblin here in the center, down a bit lower. We'll just eat the shots from the Ghost. We don't mind that too much, and then we're going to go in for the Goblin Gang, which is going to get unfortunately taken out by his log. Now, what can I do here? I can go for recruits. We'll split him 4-2 up the right side. Kind of want to cycle these early, you know, get round to our evos that little bit quicker. And we're going to have a big attack coming here. I imagine this guy's going to try and get that double Prince attack coming. Or not double Prince, sorry, double Royal Giant attack coming. But I just think we have such good defense here. I don't think we really need to worry yet. Okay, we go for our... He's going to go in for the Void way too late, which is going to be very, very nice. Our Firecracker's still alive. We're going for the Mega Knight here. And then we will just go for the Goblin Gang. We're going to take quite a bit of damage to this Giant, but that's alright. And then we're going to go for the arrows here. Make sure that Phoenix Egg does not respawn. And then, can we get on tower? No, we're not going to in this attempt. But maybe next time, who knows, who knows. So, let me just go in for my... I'm actually going to go for the recruits here. Split them 4-2 up this side right now. And see what we can do about this. Going to go for the Firecracker here in the center. He's going to go in for a really, really bad Void. Don't know what that was. Yeah, unfortunate for him. But my Firecracker is going to throw for me. Okay, lovely. I love when my Firecracker doesn't shoot. It's actually the best thing ever, isn't it? I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Okay. What can we do? This guy's got his Evo coming in, so we're actually going to go for the arrows here now. Get a little bit of damage off on that Fisherman, get it going quickly. Oh, I thought our Dark Goblin was on tower there, but it's not. But we do get a connection with the Mega Knight, so we just need to cycle back around to our our Fireball again before this guy can take this win, and I think this might be a bit of a challenge for us. I'm not sure if we can do it, boys, I'm not going to lie. Okay, if we just go for the arrows here, can we defend this? Get rid of the egg, destroy the Royal Giant a bit quicker, and that's going to be a loss for this game, unfortunately, boys. We couldn't clutch it up, but we'll hop straight into one more game. And we are back for the final game after a bit of an unfortunate loss. I think I had a bit of a mess up going in for that Fireball. I know it was a bit aggressive. I just thought we could get round to the end that little bit quicker. You know, we could cycle through our cards quicker than what we could. But unfortunately, you know, it was the way it was. We couldn't do it. And we did take the loss for it. But that's okay. You know, we learn. We move on to the next one. And hopefully we can pull off the win in this one. So, I'm actually going to go for my Royal Recruits here. Bad recruits from me. I really, really wanted to keep my Firecracker alive. Unfortunately, we could not do so. But... you know, the game's a game. So we're hopping in here into this, and this guy's going to have Electro Dragon. So whenever we see Electro Dragon, we can kind of expect some kind of Golem, E-Golem maybe. I would rather play against Golem than E-Golem, to be honest, but you never really know. I think this deck should be pretty strong against both, so I'm not too worried about it. And he goes for Lumberloon. Okay, so he spams his 9 elixir to bridge. We're going to go for our Goblin Gang here. We need to get these Dark Gobbies going. Or not Dark Gobbies, Spear Gobbies going ASAP. Probably should have went for something else, but we are going to take a significant amount of damage here, but we're going to also kind of mash that damage back. And then what we can do is just go for the firecracker. We'll cycle around to a Evo quicker, and we'll take out these barbs. Going to make it kind of nice defense for us. Not going to be the worst here. We kind of turn a bad situation good there, and I'm happy enough with that. So we're just going to wait for now, see what this guy wants to do, and then we're actually going to just go for our recruits. We'll split them here in the... I kind of want to split them in the back, but it's too late to split them in the back now because of the knight. I do not want the knight getting on my tower. So we go for them now just in front of the towers, and hopefully we can kind of get through with this. I'm actually just going to go for my Dark Golem here up the left side as well. He's going to go for his Elect Dragon up the right, which I feel like is a bit of a mess up from him. He hits his arrows, which will give us charge damage. The King Tower is currently distracted up the right lane, so we get a lot of damage going up the left, and we get a pretty good amount going up the right as well. So we're doing pretty well so far. Now, we just go for the Mega Knight here, I think. And then if we go for the Inferno Tower, I know that's a bit of a rogue Inferno Tower, but the Elect Dragon's kind of distracted right now, so we can kind of just go in for it and hopefully not get punished too much. That being very, very hopeful of us. Okay, so we're going to take a good bit of damage, but it's nothing too outrageous. Going to go for my recruits here at the bridge. We'll go for the Dark Goblin in the center. He's going to go for his arrows, of course, but hopefully he can do a little bit of damage before the arrows come down. He's not even going to go for the arrows. Okay, cool. Let me go for my Mega Knight here, and this guy is kind of annoying me with this, with all this stuff. We need to go for the Fireball here right about now, and can we clean that up? No, we can't. He goes in for the freeze. Okay, we're going to tower retreat. Oh wait, no, we're not going to tower retreat. He doesn't get a second hit off, and that's going to be us winning this game, is it? Unless he has something in his back pocket, but he doesn't, and that's a wonderful win for the fourth and final game, boys. And yes, guys, as you've seen, we had some wonderful wins today. One loss that was rather unfortunate. But this deck, honestly, is so strong. And the fact that we don't even need a win condition to pick up these wins at 9,000 trophies, boys, I think speaks a lot to the strength of these cards when they're combined together. You know, if you want to put in a win condition, you could probably sub out one of these two. I'd probably sub out the Dark Goblin and the Firecracker. Probably the Dark Goblin if you have the Evo Firecracker in. If you don't have the Evo Firecracker in, probably it. But it really is just personal preference. Or you could sub out one of your spells for maybe like a Skeleton Barrel or a Goblin Barrel or something or the other. But that's enough waffling, boys. Try this deck out if you're looking for a new kind of spammy Mega Knight deck. And anyways, guys, I will see you all tomorrow for a brand new video. And peace out.